Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. I will give you my best tips on building wealth in Reddit Online in today's video. You do not want to miss these, so I do recommend that you watch the whole video. Now without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first tip is to set a daily financial goal. Every time you play the game, you should always try to make a certain amount of money and gold. And the reason behind this is that it will build up over time, which in the end will result in many riches. But this requires you to play the game regularly, preferably every day. You do after all not need to play the game for hours. Now let's take a few examples. So, let's say that you can play for an hour and make about $150 of one gold bar. If you play consistently for 1 hour for 10 days, you will end up having $1,500 in 10 gold bars. This is not significant, but at least more than you would have if you did not play at all. Let's take another example. Let's say that you can play for 6 hours a day and make roughly about $2,000 in 6 gold bars. This number can vary depending on which activities you're doing, which I mentioned later in this video. Now do this for 10 days and you will end up having $20,000 and 60 gold bars, more than you had before. This is significantly more than the first example that I showed you. As you can probably figure out by now, the more frequently you play, the more money you will be making. Consistency is key. Summed up, no matter how many hours you can play for, at least try to squeeze in about 30 minutes to an hour every day to make money. And over time, you will realize that you will need a bigger wallet. Next, engage in the most lucrative activities for your activity level. Do not waste time on things you do not have time for. For example, if you can only play for about an hour, as in the previous example, then do not waste that time doing a trader, which takes 5 hours to produce a full pile of 100 goods. It will take you forever. Instead, focus on doing bounty hunter missions, and for even bigger profits, let the moonshine produce in the meantime. That way you can double your earnings. On the other hand, if you play for 6 hours a day, you can incorporate the more passive businesses into your routine, since you can play for longer and have enough time to sell from these businesses the same day. Of course you can do this if you only play for an hour, but would you wait like for a week just to make one sell from a trader business, since it also takes at least 5 to 20 minutes for each resupply? I would not, and I do not recommend you to do it either. Summed up, focus on what matters. If you can only play for about an hour each day, focus on active income, such as the bounty hunter. Then passive income, like the moonshiner, that does not require any resupplies or much more than a sale mission. In contrast, incorporating more activities during longer sessions. Third, business investments. If you do not own all of the business upgrades or equipment yet, I recommend you to buy these now. They might cost a bit to obtain, but you will make more money over time than we do without them. Let's take the trader business for example. If you do not own a hunting wagon, you will have to store all the animals on your horse, which makes it a very inconvenient way to keep the animals. You might crash with your horse and accidentally damage the pelts, resulting in no materials at all for your trader business and 20 minutes wasted on nothing, which could be easily avoided with the hunting wagon, where animals are saved. Even if you would lag out of the lobby, you would still keep them if you stored the animals in the wagon, which you would not if you just held them on your horse. The same thing applies to the moonshiner. If you reached rank 10 with the role and bought all the business upgrades, you can make strong moonshine, which will give you hundreds of dollars more than you make from selling a batch of weak moonshine. All of the upgrades will land on a price of around $1,700, but $190 more from each sale, and you will have made all that money back in just about 9 sales. Summed up, invest in business upgrades. It will yield you immense profits over time. Just stay patient. Now a word to the last tip for this guide, and that is to take advantage of discounts on upgrades and double payouts. Rockstar set discounts on various business upgrades from time to time, including double payouts, but that is more of a rare occurrence. So, suppose you do not have all the business upgrades. In that case, this is an excellent opportunity for you to save hundreds of dollars, resulting in you earning back the money you've invested faster than you usually would have. A real win-win situation. Also, the double payouts. I do not need to say much about this since it is quite apparent. The more money you can make, the better. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please drop a like and comment, maybe even sharing this video with others. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.